What I'm going to teach you today is how to simplify your cooking so it tastes like you bought it in a restaurant. A lot of chefs leave ingredients out because yours will never be as good as theirs. Well, that's bull. So I'm going to teach you a few things. Today I'm going to teach you, I don't want to ever see you putting water into sauces. I want you to use chicken stock, because what does water taste like? Water. Chicken stock at least has some flavor to it. Number two, you're going to use sea salt in just about everything. Okay, a little sea salt grinder, good for you. Use white pepper. It's milder than black pepper and does not color your sauce. Number three, whatever sauce you make, always add at least a shot glass full of red wine vinegar. Why? Because it gives it stability, because nothing lives in vinegar outside of vinegar. Okay, in this pan we have here, I'm going to make Murray's, we call it Murray's Magic Mushroom Sauce. It is good for everything. Steaks, roasts, pork, beef, chicken, I don't care what it is. But with chicken, you're going to make it a little lighter. And how do you make it lighter? Using half and half. Add half and half to it, and it brightens up the color. So it starts out very simply. We have a little pan of butter and extra virgin olive oil, which is infused with garlic. And that's another episode. I can teach you how to do that. That's simple. Now here's probably my secret recipe here. In this little container, you don't need to go with Wondra flour for thickeners. You don't need to use arrowroot for thickeners. You know what you need to use? You go out and you buy a 69-cent packet of gravy mix. This one happens to be a white gravy mix, chicken gravy mix. But for this particular episode, this is dark gravy mixes, and that includes turkey gravy, onion gravy, or just simply dark gravy. Okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to saute some onions. Okay, and the onions are thankfully right here. Start the onions first because onions cook for a while. Mushrooms, which you see to my right here, those babies are pretty difficult to overcook. They contain a chemical that says, you ain't overcooking me. This is what's happening. So we've gone through a few minutes, and the onions are now translucent. That's what you're looking for. You don't need caramelized, but you need translucent. Now what I have here is I have a variety of mushrooms. You can use pretty much anything you want. Cremini mushrooms, button mushrooms, off-the-shelf mushrooms, canned mushrooms, it doesn't matter. Okay, and what you want to do is get those in the pan now that you've got the onions sauteing at a pretty rapid rate. Get those in the pan, and I suggest everybody use a wooden spoon. Why? For your own safety, because it doesn't transfer heat. You don't want to burn your little fingers off. So now we have the mushroom sauteing. The nice thing about mushrooms is, as you can see here, they absorb, they're like a sponge. They absorb all the flavors you put in. So here we're going to put in some minced garlic. Now remember, there's also minced garlic in the your gravy mix that you pre-made. And a little onion powder. Although you have onions in here, throw just a little dash in of onion powder, not a lot. It's already powdered, it dissolves very quickly. White pepper. Use white instead of black because it doesn't color things. And we're not going into how many ounces, how many twists, stuff like that. You just do it to your taste. A couple of grinds of sea salt, and you're pretty much good to go. Now this is cooking along pretty good. Now we're going to add Gravy Master. Gravy Master is a beef that's been cooked down, a beef sauce that's been cooked down to nothing. It becomes like a paste. But it adds a ton of flavor. And what do you need? A couple of drops, 2-3 drops of it. Add that in there, and you're going to see right now everything turns very dark. Okay, this is for our dark gravy mix. And as I said before, you don't want to use anything, no water or anything else. You're going to use chicken stock. Chicken stock is always great. Vegetable stock, seafood stock, beef stock, whatever you have a hankering for. Throw that in there. And a little half and half is always good. And remember, use butter, not margarine. I don't care what you read or where you're going or what you're doing. Everybody complains about, oh, margarine's better and butter's better. Nobody knows what the hell's better. All of your stomach and taste buds know it's better. Here comes the magic. And you add a little bit at a time. Don't add a ton of it, a little bit at a time. Stir it in. Now you're going to see the magic start happening, how it thickens up now. Okay, see how thick that got? Quickly, that got thick. Do we want it a little darker? Of course, because we're putting it over, say, pork tenderloin, or possibly a steak, so we add a little more gravy master. Bada bing, stirred in. Notice, look at it nice. Oh, that's got a nice color on it now. Now it's pretty darn thick, right? So we're going to thin it out with a little chicken stock. Got a nice consistency. And last but not least, you're going to put a little touch of vinegar in it. Why do you put vinegar in it? As our director says, by the way, this is directed by Kevin Wallace. All the camera work is done by Chris Foy. You put this in to maintain stability. Why do you put in the vinegar? Nobody's going to taste it, but nothing lives in vinegar. Trust me. Even aliens don't live in vinegar. The Klingons, who I hate, they don't live in vinegar either. But now, let's take a look at that sauce. Look at that sauce. Loaded with garlic, loaded with onion, loaded with sea salt, loaded with white pepper. And look at the consistency of this. It's beautiful. It'll go over a roast. It'll go over a steak. It'll go over a chicken breast. Whatever you want to put it over. And this, folks, is the way we get our shit together in the kitchen. You got any questions? Email me at cheftrek@gmail.com. CHEFTREK @gmail.com. And I'll be happy to help you.